But did you watch Chopping Mall again though?
No.
That's okay. That's what's happening.
But I did at some point watch Chopping Mall. And
well, okay. We can still talk about it.
these goddamn robots don't tape knives to their arms and let them loose in a shopping mall.
Yeah, this movie's silly, but it's fun. I had fun
enjoyed
with
the
it.
premise. Like, when they tell me right off the bat that this is going to be stupid, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then they can do whatever they want.
Exactly. So yeah, Stevie basically explained the premise, but yeah, it starts off with a big presentation about these robots. It's in a shopping mall. There's an audience of people.
The distant future, the year 2000.
Well, I think it just takes place in the 80s still, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, shopping mall.
But there was, acceleration in technology at the time, and some people were stupid over it.
I get you, but yeah, so there's these robots that honestly they look pretty good.
Yeah. Like they are just trash cans with wheels.
Yeah, they're like on treads and they got guns and tasers and shit. But something that I thought was funny in the dialogue at the beginning. There's three robots. There's three of them, and someone in the audience is like, "Fucking looks like the Three Stooges." I'm like, what? That looks nothing like the Three. Just because there's three of them, that's all you can say that about anything, about three bananas or whatever. And then that looks like the Three Stooges because there's three of them. I thought that was a funny line of dialogue. But yeah, then it starts off because this makes sense. You have the robots with the security guard at the mall, and we see there's a lightning storm, and it hits the control tower of these robots, I guess.
Uh-oh.
And this makes the robots go AWOL, because that's how it would work, right? That's a very
You've
good
seen
system.
Scanners, right?
I have not, and I was looking it up to try to watch it, but I couldn't find it. So don't worry.
I'll be quiet.
It's one of the ones that I want to see, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. But Choppy, I know I've seen the famous head explosion scene.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about that bit. I was thinking about when all of the huge computer towers just like burst into flames.
Yeah.
Just spontaneous combustion because someone made a call from a payphone.
Yeah, some shit in 80s movies sometimes doesn't make all the sense.
I love computer sci-fi from that era.
Me too. But yeah, back to this movie. So the robots go AWOL and they start killing the security guards first of all. And good old Dick Miller is in this movie. And let me just talk about Dick Miller real quick. He died a little bit ago, so rest in peace. But he's in so many films as like usually as a bit character, like for just a scene, like in this one. He's only in it for a scene. He's the janitor and he gets killed by a robot. But he has a lot of roles like that in movies. He's in Gremlins. He's in Small Soldiers. Those are the same director actually, but those are two he's in. He's in a lot of Roger Corman films. Roger Corman's famous for getting people started like Jack Nicholson and James Cameron and all these huge names. But Chopping Mall is a goofy film, but it's a fun film.
It's stupid.
Yeah, like the acting, the dialogue, it's all super silly. I was laughing like throughout pretty regularly. There's a part where there's the nerdy character and these other two guys are trying to set up this nerdy kid so he can be occupied and not ruin their party, basically, I think is the idea.
That they're having inside of the mall.
Yeah, they're having a party inside the mall, of course.
In a shop after the mall is closed.
In the furniture store.
The day they debut these murder robots.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming that this is taking a little bit. This is taking place like a month after that presentation.
Okay.
But they don't say that, so maybe it is the same day,
right,
to be fair.
The party seems to be unaware of the murderous robots.
Yeah, well, they know that they're there because the one guy, they all have their cards to show the robot. So they know the robots exist. But yeah, they have, these two guys are talking about this girl they're going to set you up with. And they're like, we got a surprise. Susie got a surprise for you. And this one guy goes, he literally does that, and I was like, "What?" I literally rewound it and videoed it and posted it like right away, because it was so silly. But and then there's another part that made me laugh, where girls are in an event because they're trying to escape the robots, And this one girl's like, I want to get out, I'm hot. And the one girl's like, we gotta wait, we gotta be patient. And her response is just, and I'm like, oh my god, who's writing this dialogue? Or they're just letting them go, maybe. But
that was my favorite phrase in the 80s.
Either way, it's funny. Huh? Oh, that was your favorite phrase?
Yeah, I was a baby in the 80s.
That's fair. Okay, I'm looking up this film.
Yeah, Chopping Mall.
Shopping Mall, Wikipedia. I heard about this a little while ago. I saw some reviews online. They mentioned this.
I just saw that it was on Tubi, so I'm like, okay.
No, yeah, it's good. I know exactly the same. I saw it on Tubi, and I was like, let's go. Exactly the same.
I just let it autoplay whatever, and I've seen some stuff that way.
Yeah, well, I bet. But yeah, it says science fiction, comedy, horror. So maybe this is a little self-aware.
Yeah.
That's possible. I liked it, though.
I do remember a bit of a, like, social commentary class kind of thing, right? Because the rich people were implementing this shit.
Yeah.
Not giving a shit what happens to the people who interact with these robots.
Yeah.
What happens when they malfunction?
Yeah, and not worrying about the jobs they're replacing and stuff, too.
Yep.
That could be part of the social commentary as well. The budget was only $800,000 for this.
Ooh.
So that's actually pretty amazing, especially in the 80s.
With robots.
Considering the robots, and there's a huge explosion at the end, and you know that was like their last money, because they showed it from like 6 different angles, and they're like, we spent a lot of money on this. You could tell at the end when they had the money for that one big explosion at the end. But this movie has a lot of things that don't make sense about it, so let's talk about some of that shit. And I'm probably not going to mention everything that doesn't make sense about it, but I'll do what I can.
Half of your answers are, it was the 80s.
Yeah, it was the 80s.
It was another time.
So first off, why would you... This doesn't seem like a practical solution. There's only 3 robots. This is a big mall. And, like, they're just, like, for the most part...
Floor, right?
For the most part, they're not even patrolling the mall. They're just, like, sitting there until something happens, and the guy is supposed to send them out, I guess. But, I don't know. The system just doesn't seem that good, even for the 80s. But, you know, you let it slide. You're like, the robots, they exist. They're the security. Sure, why not? But, yeah, other things that don't make sense are like, what? These kids are fucking having a party at the mall, in the store? Like, what?
Yes. I do believe that.
It's so weird. But
it's a furniture store. There's lots of beds.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny. And... The nerdy, I'm just gonna call him the nerdy guy because I forget his name, but he's skeptical about this party, but then as soon as he meets this love interest, they're all googly for each other, and they seem to get along. But there's a point where, spoiler sort of, but I'm gonna say it, where you think that this guy's dead, but then you really think they make it seem like he's dead. And then he's just fine later. It's like, you could have helped her this whole time the robot was trying to attack her, but you were just, like, lying down? Like, what was going on there? I guess maybe it just conveniently happened to wake up for the ending of the movie. But, yeah, that was a little weak. But, for the most part, I enjoyed this movie. But, yeah, there's just a lot of little things that don't make sense in it, which is fine. Shopping mall. Another thing is the name doesn't really make much sense because there's not really any shopping unless you use that.
Yeah, it's more robots with lasers than robots with knives.
Yeah, unless you use that as a term for murder in general, then I'll let it slide. But shopping, they're not shopping. There's like clawing and stabbing and electrocuting and lasering.
It's like in Nothing But Trouble when they have the bone stripper and you don't see any blood. You just see bones spewing out, dry bones.
Yeah.
Where's the blood? But that had to do with getting a certain rating.
G-Bergs has been here.
G-Bergs!
Oh, G-Bergs.
G-Burglar.
Hello!
Oh my god, man. How long are you here? I'm so sorry.
I've only been in the car about 10 minutes.
Okay,
maybe.
cool. We've talked a little bit about Shopping Mall already, but we're talking about it still. Go ahead with whatever you got about Shopping Mall.
Shopping Mall. Partying teenagers are bad. Deathly robots, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's dumb, but I thought it was a lot of fun still. It's definitely not perfect, but especially considering the budget was $800,000, I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, they made a movie.
They made a
Okay,
movie.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty low budget, especially for the 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, good fun, good cheesy dialogue, keeping me laughing throughout. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. The only thing I would have liked more is if they like RoboCopped it up a little bit, like kind of made fun of America a little more. But
Yeah, there
it's
was
to be
Rich
expected.
people, yeah.
I think there's a little bit of that, but I agree that there's not very much of that. I would agree. It's definitely not on the level of RoboCop as far as satire goes.
Yeah.
No, it's so silly and absurd, and it's just like a simple little movie. How long is it? It's like an hour 15 or something.
It's like 82. It's like 82 minutes or something like that. I'm guessing. I could be wrong, but it's not. Yeah, it wasn't very long. You're talking about stuff. I'm talking about stuff. We're all talking about stuff. You dig? Sketty just said you're talking about stuff. What's up, buddy? Yeah, we're talking about shopping mall.
Yeah, it's tough to think that this came out between Terminator and RoboCop just for like the quality wise, but when you say it's $800,000, so
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna get.
You can't even be that mad. But yeah, Terminator sort of blew this out of the water. Probably. I mean, I don't know how many people compare it, but yeah, like you said, sort of closest to each other. We want the gossip juicy. Maybe something about Gary
Soon.
Busey. Yeah, we'll get there, buddy. And like I said this earlier, but I don't think G Berg's heard this, so I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna be cutting down the reviews coming up next week. We're gonna just do 2 a week. There's more demand for the music. I still love doing the movie reviews, and we're not gonna stop doing the movie reviews. But the music is more what the people want, and we gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You do.
You
Yeah.
mentioned RoboCop. I
Yeah.
keep getting that one mixed up with They Live.
Oh yeah.
Those movies just mesh
It's
together
funny
for me.
because I've seen parts of They Live, and I've tried to watch it so many times and it just hasn't worked out. Like, it's not that I don't
Have
like
you
it.
at least
I
seen
enjoy
the
it.
fist fight?
Yeah, I've seen the fight
Okay,
scene.
good
I
enough.
walked in on my parents watching the movie, and it was right at the fight scene, and I was just watching it. And I was like, "What is this?"
10 minutes.
It's
Put
so
on the glasses!
yeah, it's so long. I definitely need to see the full thing one day. But until then, we're talking about Chopping Mall. But yeah, a big thing. There's no chopping in this fucking movie.
They lied.
None.
There's lasering, there's clawing, everything but almost, but chopping.
There's throat ripping.
Yeah,
There's straight MacGruber action.
There's some good throat. Yeah, the MacGruber. Oh yeah, we should review that one day maybe too. But yeah, there's
Oh, yeah.
throat ripping action. You got like the '80s effects of the lasers coming out.
Pew pew.
That's like drawn or whatever. I don't know how they do those effects, honestly. But it's before CGI. I think they draw it on the film. Is that how it works? I don't fucking know. And that's what I thought that it was. But
I mean, that is a way to do that, is
Yeah.
to scratch the film physically.
yeah, that's what I think that's how they did it before CGI. But yeah,
I kind of love parts of this movie.
right? Like it made me laugh really
The-
hard.
When the janitor turns around, it's like, "What the fuck do you want, that robot?"
Oh yeah,
That part
yeah,
had me
Dick
cracked
Miller.
up.
That's Dick Miller. We talked about him.
And
He's fantastic.
when that buff dude has to go get cigarettes for his girlfriend there, that part made me laugh too.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was
something we
awesome.
gotta mention. There's so many titties in this movie. Thumbs up.
Yeah,
Thumbs up for
She had
the
a great
large
set of
amount of titties in this. And do we have a titty count? I think there's like 1. We got 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I counted 7 titties. Because there's one point where there's a girl and she's got over 1, and she's in bed with the other guy in the furniture store, which is just so funny. They're having like a sex party in a furniture store, and like all their friends are just like banging like right next to each other. It's sort of a peculiar and unrealistic party, but that sort of makes it funny too.
What were you doing in high school?
Who knows how they partied in the 80s?
Sketty redeemed the hoot.
All right, hoot time.
Oh, by the way, I should mention it again. People should give to the reward, the gauntlet. It's the challenge. Stevie's going to the washroom, but yeah, please give to the gauntlet. if we get through that we haven't done, no one's given to it yet, but we just started, so that's okay. If we get through that, I will do a slide whistle solo. I will take 5 shots of lemon juice in a row. I will take 5 hoots in a row. I will do a little dance. I will 10-minute freestyle rap. I will change clothes. I think that's everything. Anyway, Z-Bergs, you got more Choppy Mall shit to talk about? Let's go.
The robots in this, don't get your hopes up for them. They're campy. They're like kind of what you expect a robot to look like. Nobody expects a robot to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well,
so
for the 80s especially, like, cause I think it's just set in the 80s, right? So it like those robots are believable enough for that era. Like they're on treads, they're not walking like robots are now. It makes enough sense.
And they kind of look like cars from the era, almost.
Real quick, you redeem Smoke Hoot. Let's do this. Woo! Who's the hot chick in this? Barbara Crampton?
She's pretty smoking.
There's a lot of hot chicks in this, though. There's like all the women are attractive in the.
They are.
I'm going to get water real quick.
You just filled this whole basement, man.
What? Oh, with the
This
hoops.
fake shit is in the air. It
Yeah.
smells delicious.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. Alright, I need a hoot. How are you doing? What's up, G-Bergs? Windy Bergs.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just walking into Canadian Tire here, about to get run over by a car.
Oh, nice. What are you getting there?
I need a bulb for my signal light.
Nice. Oh, that's the way to go.
Exciting.
Don't go through the fucking mechanic. You can buy it yourself. You know what you're doing, baby. Oh, yeah. Alright, drink fluid. I need fluid. This is the last review.
Yeah, then music.
Then music for the rest of this fucking thing. Fuck.
I was gonna say, Doug. Sorry, if you're doing more music, I mean, I could always come on as a musical guest too. You know.
You are absolutely welcome to do that. I love your song about Batman, the best movie Batman, Michael Keaton. That song always makes. I've put it on at work a few times. Also, just let it ride. How many friggin' hats do you have on? Well, technically one, but my hat is wearing a hat. You know what I'm saying? You see? Yeah, help puff it up.
Now it's 2 hats you're wearing.
Oh, now I am wearing 2 hats because Stevie put another hat. I'm watching it happen on the screen. Okay, thanks for watching, Sketty and Big Daddy Human. Let's keep it going. I don't know if I have much else to say about this. Do you have any more G-Bergs?
Not really. It's just super
Fun.
cheesy, campy,
Yeah.
80s fun.
Fun, cheesy 80s horror movie. I would generally recommend this. And especially, not knowing the budget, now that I know how low the budget was, it gave me much more appreciation for it. Even though I liked it before, but yeah, under $1 million, 800,000, pretty low budget for a movie at that time.
Set in a shopping mall, you gotta rent that shit.
Yeah,
right?
you rent that shit, but they got one location, and yeah, there's a few extras at the beginning,
And
but
there's
really,
robots.
but the core actors it's really like 6 people or whatever, and then you have Dick Miller for like that one scene, those 2 guys that walk through, and there's like extras. Oh, and let's talk about the opening real quick, cause it was a little weird, but I kind of liked it too, where they started doing like the fast motion. We're seeing like just the regular day at the mall, and you see the woman who's serving people food and hot dogs on roller skates or whatever, and she spills a bunch of food on somebody. There's a lot of little fun bits like that. I like the opening. I liked it.
The 80s was a wild time. Never going back.
I've just about had it with your shit. Too many hats for Hugh. I've got to go open all the doors. Brindisi just absolutely cremated a chicken casserole. Oh well, give her a break. You leave her alone. She's trying her best.
You eat that chicken casserole
And
and you
shut
say
up.
thank you,
Yeah,
Brenda.
you eat it and you shut up.
This is delicious. I need more.
All right, Chopping Mall, best film ever made. Just kidding.
It's Citizen Kane.
But it's not bad. I did
It's
enjoy
not
it.
Citizen Kane.
It's Citizen
Scooby-Doo
Crane
is Citizen
because
Kane.
robots. I don't know. I was weak.
I was thinking of Fraser Crane when you said
Oh.
Crane.
I love Frasier. Man, the first time that I was in Proud and Nasty's chat in his stream,
Was he going on about
I was like,
salads
he
and
no,
eggs?
he said he was from Seattle, and I was like, oh, so you like Frasier? And he, and he's like, I don't fucking watch that shit, and I was like, oh, it's good though.
It's like telling us, oh, you like corner gas.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's exactly like that. Brenda hotbox the house with chicken. Hot chicken. Tell me what's cooking, baby. The answer is chicken. Okay, shopping mall. I think we gotta stop it, unless we got more. Unless anyone's got anything else. I think we're done though. I'd like.
Sorry
to,
about the wind again.
It's okay, buddy. I like this movie generally. I'm going to give it a sort of weird rating, 7.3 out of 10.
Dang, that's pretty high.
Underrated.
Yeah, I'm giving it to you.
But you capped the marker.
Well, it's a reflex.
Right. It's a
I
good
go like
habit to have.
5.5 out of 10 verses for me.
Okay.
What'd you say? 5?
5.5.
5.5. I'll
If
take
I'm
it.
getting drunk and high with my friends, I'd give this like an 8.
Yeah,
Right?
I enjoyed it. I gave it 7.3. And yeah, I was getting high for this. I'm pretty much always getting high while I'm
When
watching
am
a
I
movie.
not high?
Exactly. 6.9 out of 10 Stevies. Okay, this is the last movie review.
Ah.
So we got 5.5 out of 10 G-Bergs. We got 7.3 out of 10 Doug's. And we got 6.9 out of 10 Stevies. All right.
It's a very sexual score, Stevie.
It's better
Oh!
than Weird Al.
You want your hat time? All right. Weird Al.
We love Weird
The
Al.
Weird Al Show. Yeah,
Weird Al.
I originally rated the Weird Al Show 6.9 out of 10, but then I moved it to 7. On my last movie review Monday, I moved some of the ratings that I thought that I was wrong about. And that was one of them. But yeah, still 7.3.